I had the most awkward conversation with my teenage daughter this morning. She's starting to date, and I knew this was going to happen, and yet, as a parent, you just kind of push it off. And then when you know she's dating someone, you're like, oh my God, I haven't had this conversation or this conversation or this conversation. So this morning, because I'm a vulnerable mom, I can, be transparent with my kids. I said to her, hey, me, if you ever have any, anything you want to ask or any, need some information, I would much rather you come to me. It won't be, I promise, no judgment. You've read my book, and she knows a lot of what's going on in my own life. And I just feel like I have to say something like, please don't get information from your friends. And when I have these conversations with her, I'm so tripping over myself, and I don't know why, because I rehearse it in my head and it sounds so good. And then she kind of gets awkward too, and kind of just like, okay, mom. And the whole thing is just like, why can't, I'm a parent coach. I talk to parents all the time about how to have these conversations with their kids. And yet here I am trying to discuss, and I'm thinking to myself, did she walk away from this conversation thinking that I was giving her permission for things? Not necessarily the case, just, wanted to know, or wanted to let her know that it was okay if she had a question, or, that I would much rather have her get solid, useful information than like when I was a teenager and I asked friends for the answers to questions that they clearly didn't know. And they made something up. I guess what I'm really saying to you is this. Having an awkward conversation is better than not having any conversation at all, especially when it comes to tough topics like dating, sex, drinking, all the things, right? It's okay to be a little bit vulnerable with your kids and even say, this makes me uncomfortable, but it's really important that I talk to you about it. So that's your advice for today. Coming straight from a mom who's still trying to figure it out.